Welcome back to the next class of intermediate level. Hop, intermediate keyingi darsga xush kelibsiz. Hop, bugun sizlar bilan juda ham ajoyib tekstni ko'rib chiqamiz va shu bilan bir qator yana yangi grammatikani sizlarga tanishtirib o'taman. Va reading bo'yicha biz sizlar bilan juda ham ajoyib va qiziqarli mashqlarni ko'rib chiqamiz. All right, how the reading session. So we had the reading since beginner class, elementary, pre-intermediate until advanced class. And how to master, how to improve your reading skills, and how to understand while reading your English. It's a common question for everyone. Hop, ingliz tilida demak, ya'ni tekst matnlarimiz juda ham ko'p keladi. Ya'ni beginner, elementary, pre-intermediate va advanced gacha bo'lishi kutiladi. Va qanaqa qilib ingliz tilida matnni o'qish qobiliyatini oshirish mumkin va qaysi yo'llar bor degan savol bu hammada mavjud. Here is one of the possible answers for the question that a lot of students ask. Demak, mana shu quyidagi juda ko'p studentlar tomonidan beriladigan savolni javobi. If you want to improve your reading skills, you have to read something that you are really interested in. For example, it could be the book about the story, the book about anything. So as long as you are interested in, that's enough. Hop, readingni oshirish usullaridan biri bu. Demak, siz o'zingizga yoqqan bo'lgan birorta kitob yoki hikoya yoki matn o'qishingiz mumkin. Bu qanaqa kitob bo'lishidan qat'iy nazar, asosiysi siz qiziqsangiz bo'lgani. You can read the news every day about international and national. So you can read about the history, or you can read about even the adventure books like Harry Potter. Hop, ya'ni siz har xil kitob o'qishingiz mumkin. Xohlasangiz har kuni qanaqadir yangiliklar, xalqaro yoki bo'lmasa o'zimiz O'zbekiston milliy yangiliklari ingliz tilida yoki bo'lmasa qiziqarli hikoya kitoblar, misol uchun Harry Potter haqida o'qib ko'rishingiz mumkin. Va mana shu o'qishlar orqali siz qobiliyatingizni asta-sekin oshirib borasiz. Xo'p, demoqchi bo'lgan gapim, demak, reading kunlik hayotingizning bir qismiga aylanishi kerak bo'ladi. Hope today we have an amazing reading. Hope in this session we're going to learn about tunnels and bridge. All right, tunnels and bridge. So before we start our reading session, I'm going to ask one question. So do you live near the tunnel or the bridge? If yes, can you tell me the name, or can you tell me how it feels like to live next to tunnels or the bridge? Ho'p, mana birinchi savolim demak ko'prik va tunnellar. Xo'p, hech hayotingizda yoki bo'lmasa hozirgi kuningizda hop tunnel yoki ko'priklar atrofida yashaysizmi yoki yo'qmi? Agarda ha bo'ladigan bo'lsa, hop u yerda yashash sharoiti qanaqa va qanday tajribaga egasiz va shuni o'rtog'ingiz bilan ulashishingizni so'rayman. Or if you want, you can tell your answer to me. Agar xohlasangiz, javobingizni menga ham berishingiz mumkin. Great, dear students. So I hope you have a lot of amazing experience with the tunnels and bridges. Xo'p, juda ajoyib, mana qadrli studentlar. Demak, atrofingizda demak qanaqadir tunnel yoki ko'prik bo'lsa, nomini eslab ko'ring va o'rtoqlaringiz bilan ulashing. Xo'p, biz esa demak hozir sizlar bilan reading, ya'ni matnimizni o'qishni boshlaymiz. Let's read it together. Billing for travel. Tunnels. People across a mountain by car or train, and they cross the water by boat, but these journeys take time. Tunnels can go on the mountains and on the water. They make journeys much quicker. And tunnel is an enormous tube. A tube is very strong shape. When engineers build a tunnels, they make a tube shape in the ground. If the tunnel is not deep, the work is easier. The engineer used to cut and cover methods. There are two methods, as you can see, the first and second method. Method number one. First method, first trench is dug by diggers. Then the tubes are carefully lowered by the cranes. Finally, tubes are covered with earth by bulldozers. Method number two. First, the walls are made in the ground with concrete. Then the roof is made and covered with the earth. And finally, the tunnel is dug by machine. If the tunnel is deep, the engineer must use another method. They use enormous machine to bore into the earth and rock. It's called tunnel boring machine. In short, it's TBM. It cuts the rock and cleans it away. At the same time, it can cut and clear at 25-30 meter lengths of tunnel each day. Cutting edge turn and break the rock into pieces. And this side is the rock pieces are carried away by the moving belt. The Channel Tunnel joins England and France. It's a railway tunnel and it goes on the sea. Engineers use 4 TBMs at the same time to cut the tunnels. Now it's time to learn about bridges. So bridges. People have built bridges across the river for thousands of years. There are many different kinds of bridges. Beam bridge. So it's the weight of the bridge. That's a beam and piers. Piers support the weight of the bridge. The beam bridge is the simplest kind of bridge. A log or a plank across a stream is a short beam bridge. A long beam bridge is supported by the piers at each end. This kind of bridge cannot cross a very wide river. And the next one is arch bridge. The weight of the bridge. And this one is the arch. The shape of the arch helps to support the longer, heavier the bridge. An arch can support a lot of weight, so it can hold up a longer bridge. Some bridges are made of more than one arch. The bridges made by the people long ago often had many arches. The bridge of 33 arches in Iran is 400 years old. This fascinating bridge had arches on 2 levels. In summer, it's full of visitors, and delighted children paddle in the shallow water underneath. And number 3rd one is suspension bridge. Suspension bridge is the weight of the bridge, and these are called cables. And high tower supported by the long cable. The strong cables can support very long bridges. This kind of bridge can be even longer. So this bridge is supported by the strong cables. The cables are supported by the tall towers. Suspension bridge are designed by engineers to cross a wide river and sea channels. Alright, dear students, just had amazing reading about bridges and tunnels. So I hope it was valuable information for you. Now I think it's the time to do some exercise based on the reading. Xo'p, mana qadrli studentlar, demak sizlar bilan hozir tunnel va ko'prik haqida ozgincha bo'lsa ham qimmatli ma'lumotlarga ega bo'ldik va o'ylashimcha endi shu reading bo'yicha mashqlarni bajarsak bo'ladi. But before we start our exercise, I would like to read the text one more time and get familiar with the text. Xo'p, demak biz mashqimizni boshlashimizdan oldin sizni matnni yana bir marta o'qib chiqishni xohlagan bo'lardim. Tekst bilan yaqinroq tanishganingiz ma'qul. Chunki berilgan mashqimizda qiynalib qolish ehtimoli bor. Alright, so let's pause the video for a second and understand the text better. Xo'p, videoni ozgincha to'xtatingda va tekstni yaxshiroq tushunishga harakat qiling. Xo'p, agarda pauza qilib tushunib olgan bo'lsangiz, juda ham xursandman va siz bilan demak birinchi mashqlarni boshlaymiz. Birinchi mashqimiz demak to'g'ri yoki noto'g'ri, ya'ni true or false. Reading comprehension and vocabulary. So in this exercise we learn how to identify the questions whether they are true or false. Bu mashqimizda biz demak matnni tushunish qobiliyati bo'yicha olib boramiz va bu yerda savollarimizning javobi to'g'rimi yoki noto'g'ri ekanligini aniqlab olishimiz kerak. Agar tayyor bo'lsangiz, qani bo'lmasam boshlaymiz. Xo'p, birinchisi, the longest road tunnels in the world is in Norway. Answer is true. So I'm going to repeat. The answer is true. Number 2, if the tunnel is not deep, the work is more difficult. So what did on the text? No, actually it was more easier. It was easier. So answer is false. Number 3, the tunnel boring machine cuts 25 and 30 meters of rock each hour. So answer is false. Number 4, the Channel Tunnel joins England and Paris. So answer is obviously false. Number 5, a long beam bridge is supported by the pier in the middle. So answer is again wrong. Answer is false. And next one, an arch bridge can hold up a longer bridge than a beam bridge. And that is true. Number 7, suspension bridges are designed by engine drivers. Obviously false. And the last one, a suspension bridge can cross wide rivers and sea channels. And last answer would be, and that is true. Alright, so it was amazing. So we have found all the answers. Now let's move question number 2. Now let's move exercise number 2. In exercise number 2, so we are asked to talk about the answer to the questions. These answers are actually individual, so you have to give your answer. Xo'p, demak ikkinchi mashqimiz demak ozgincha o'zgacha mashq bo'lib, bu mashqimizda demak sizlar o'zingizni fikringizni berishingiz kerak bo'ladi. Xo'p, birinchi savol. What bridges and tunnels do you know? Make a list. Which is your favorite bridge and why? So if you are in different part of the region, agar O'zbekistondagi har xil demak turli viloyatlarda yashaydigan bo'lsangiz, shahringizdagi yoki viloyatingizda qaysi ko'prik yoki tunnellarni bilasiz, ularni sanab chiqing va o'rtog'ingiz bilan demak fikringizni ulashing. Number second, which journey do you think is better? A 4-hour journey mountains or 1-hour car journey through the tunnel? And you have to share your opinion with your friends and you should explain why. And number third one, which do you like better? An old bridge of 33 arches or the modern suspension bridge? And the question is, if you choose whether A or B, so you have to tell and you have to explain with the questions why. Demak, qaysi biridan tanlashingizdan qat'iy nazar, demak, tushuntirib savolga nima uchun ekanligini demak o'rtog'ingizga tushuntirib berishingiz kerak. And now, va hozirgi holatda biz esa 3-mashqqa o'tamiz. Endi 3-mashqimizda so we have to write the words on the correct line. Demak, so'zlarni to'g'ri qatorga yozib chiqishimiz kerak bo'ladi. Xo'p, bizda 3 xil vocabulary bor, ya'ni so'z bor. Bulardan biri demak labels, caption and diagram. So as you can see, this is the machine and we have a few pictures are right here, and which one do you think is a label and which one do you think is a caption and which one do you think is a diagram? All right, dear students. Okay, as you may know, so bilishingiz mumkinki, the first answer is diagram. Answer number second, crane and tubes are labels. And number third one is this part, the tubes are carefully lowered by crane. It's called a caption. Now, as you may know, so while we were reading the text, there were so many new grammar which was about a passive. Xo'p, mana ko'rib turibdiki, hozirgi matnni o'qish jarayonida va javoblarga ham berish jarayonida demak biz bir nechta passive voice ga duch keldik. All right, dear students, now we have finished our last question, exercise number 3, and I hope it was useful for you. But now I would like to ask another question, so which is about new grammar which we faced a bit earlier on the reading. All right, now, dear students, we have finished our last exercise, which is 3, and I hope it was a useful exercise for you based on the reading. Xo'p, umid qilamanki, mana shu reading matn bo'yicha 1, 2 va 3 ta mashqni ko'rib chiqdik va bu sizga foydali bo'ldi. E'tibor bergan bo'lsangiz, reading jarayonida juda ham ajoyib grammatikaga duch keldik, ya'ni passive voice ga. I hope the reading sessions exercise based on reading were really useful for you. So I hope you got some valuable information about bridges and tunnels. Now it's time to move on to grammar sections. Xo'p, umid qilamanki sizga tunnel ko'prik haqida matn juda ham qiziqarli bo'ldi va shu bilan bir qator mashqlar ham va endi grammatika o'tish vaqti keldi. So now today we will talking about the amazing grammar, and that's called a passive voice. Xo'p, bugun sizlar bilan juda ham ajoyib grammatika haqida gaplashamiz va bu grammatika passive voice, ya'ni majhul nisbat. So but passive voice is not really difficult as long as you understand how to use it properly. Demak, passive voice, ya'ni majhul nisbat unaqa qiyin emas. Faqatgina to'g'ri foydalanishni bilsangiz, demak sizga qiyinchilik tug'dirmaydi va bu masala yuzasidan men sizga yordam beraman. Mashg'ul nisbat o'z aslida nima? Mashg'ul nisbat egasi yoki shaxsi noma'lum bo'lgan ish harakatlariga nisbatan ishlatiladi. Demak, 3 xil holatda ishlatamiz. Birinchisi, we use passive voice when we don't know the subject. Xo'p, biza harakatning egasini bilmasak, biza mashg'ul nisbatda ishlatamiz. Misol uchun, in the robbery, a lot of stuff were stolen. Demak, jinoyatda yoki bo'lmasa o'g'irlikda juda ham ko'p narsani o'g'irlashdi. Bu yerda endi egasi noma'lum. Ikkinchisi, biz mashg'ul nisbatda, demak, egasi muhim bo'lmagan holatda ishlatamiz. Misol uchun, this room is cleaned every day. Bu xonani har kun tozalashadi. Gapimizda, demak, egasi unchalik muhim. Ya'ni aynan egasi kimligini aytib o'tirishga hojat yo'q. Xo'p, va yana passive voice ni, ya'ni mashg'ul nisbatda biz we use with the word called by. If you want to specifically mention the subject. Agar siz ish harakat egasini alohida ta'kidlab o'tmoqchi bo'lsangiz, by orqali degan so'z mos ravishda foydalanishingiz mumkin. Misol uchun, Romeo and Juliet was written by William Shakespeare. Demak, misol uchun, Romeo va Juliet Shakespeare tomonidan yozilgan. Xo'p, va passive voice ni biz juda ham hamma zamonga tutashimiz ham mumkin va hamma zamonda foydalanish ham mumkin. We can use passive voice in all tenses with modal verbs and future and participle and present simple as well. Xo'p, qani bo'lmasa birgalikda ko'rib chiqamiz. Birinchisi, active and passive. Xo'p, demak, aktiv va passiv. Aktiv holatda bizda egasi aniq bo'ladi, passiv desa egasi unchalik muhim bo'lmaydi. Xo'p, askida aytilyaptiki, active. They take photos. Ular rasm olishadi. Present simple. Buni passivga o'zgartirmoqchi bo'lsak, demak, photos are taken. Rasm olishadi. Bu yerda egasi, demak, unchalik muhim emas. Xo'p, demak, qolgan hamma zamonni siz bilan birgalikda ko'rib chiqamiz. Present continuous. They are taking photos. Or in passive, the photos are being taken. Present perfect. They have taken the photos. In passive, the photos have been taken. Active. They took the photos. And it's the past simple. In past simple, the photos were taken. So we are changing. Next one. They were taking photos. It's past continuous. And past continuous in passive is going to be the photos were being taken. Past perfect. They had taken the photos. In passive, the photos had been taken. And active, in future, they will take the photos. Or in passive, the photos will be taken. Going to. They are going to take the photos. Or the photos are going to be taken. And the last one, future perfect, is they will have taken the photos or the photos will have been taken. Mana ko'rib turganingizdek, demak passive voice ni har bir zamonga tuslab chiqish mumkin. Agarda sizga ma'qul kelgan bo'lsa va nimadir olgan bo'lsangiz, demak mana shu grammatika yuzasidan mashqlarimizga o'tamiz. Alright, exercise number 1 is look and read. We just have to look and read. Shunchaki ko'rib o'qishimizga kerak bo'ladi. Birinchisi, tekstda keltirilgan ma'lumot bo'yicha, demak orada ba'zi passive voicelar foydalanilgan. Hozirgi o'qigan tunnels and bridges, ya'ni ko'prik va tunnel haqida tekstni eslaysizmi? O'sha yerda bir necha ma'lumot kelgan edi, shu grammatika yuzasidan va ularni yana qayta ko'rib chiqamiz. Xo'p, birinchisi. This bridge is made of stone. The small bridges are built across it, and large bridges are designed by engineers. All right, exercise number 2, we have to finish the sentence. We have to write the letters. So we have to match the from 1 to 6 into from 1 to F. Number 1. Demak bizda 1 dan 6 gacha bo'lgan demak gaplarni, demak A dan F gacha bo'lgan gaplarni oxiri bilan solishtirib to'g'ri chiqishimizga kerak bo'ladi. Birinchisi. This is how a tunnel is built. Number 2. First, a trench is dug by diggers. 3. The next tubes are lowered into a trench by cranes. Number 4. Finally, the tubes are covered with earth by bulldozer. And number 5. Sometimes deep tunnels are built. Number 5. Sometimes deep tunnels are built through mountains. And number 6, the last one. Enormous machines are used to cut into earth and rock. And now it's time to move on. Question number 3. In exercise number 3, we have to ask and answer the question. The word in the box can help us. The first one, we have the questions, but they are not full. So we have to make it full in passive voice. Demak, bizga savollar berilgan va bu savollarning hammasini majhul nisbat, ya'ni passive voice to'ldirib chiqamiz va mana shu savollarga javobini demak bu yerdan qarab to'ldirishimiz kerak bo'ladi. Xo'p, birinchisi, where are bridges built? Alright, the first question is where are bridges built? Answer is bridges are built across rivers. Alright, question number 2. Who are bridges designed by? I'm going to repeat. Who are bridges designed by? Bridges are designed by engineers. Question number 3. What is a crane used for? Answer is crane is used for lifting things. Number 5. Who are planes flown by? Planes are flown by pilots. Question number 5. Who is food grown by? So answer is food is grown by farmers. Alright, number 6, the last question. Where is bread made? Answer is bread is made in a bakery. Today's text was really amazing, so I really love it. So we had valuable information about tunnels and bridges. I hope you understood as well. Bugun sizlar bilan demak tunnel, bridge ya'ni ko'prik va tunnellar haqida juda ham ajoyib tekstni ko'rib o'tdik va bu menga juda ham yoqdi. Sizga ham yoqdi deb o'ylayman. Bugun grammatikamiz demak passive voice ya'ni mashhur nisbat haqida bo'lib o'tdi. Umid qilamanki, mana shu passive voice ni kunlik hayotda ko'proq ishlatsangiz, demak shuncha o'rganish oson bo'ladi va kunlik hayot tarzingizda va og'zaki nutqingizda ko'proq foydalana olasiz. Xo'p, ekranda ko'rib turgan vazifalarni qilishni unutmang. Xo'p, zero mana shu vazifalar sizga foydadan xoli bo'lmaydi. Va keyingi darslarda ko'rishguncha xayr deb qolaman.